Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is week 13. We are on our final stretch and getting ready for our test for our operating systems for CCTC. Been quite the journey for the OS section. We still have networking and security left. So wanted to do a quick breakdown on exactly what you'll be looking into for the OS version of CCTC. And this is some stuff that you can quickly start kind of pivoting and looking into. I'm going to be dropping a reading list as well inside this video, things you can kind of start pivoting to and kind of maybe start throwing onto a wish list for things you can kind of start prepping for this course. So going to kind of go down the list pretty quick. That way you kind of just have a quick idea of like these, we'll call them the verticals for OS that you'll have to be getting into for this knowledge section. So once again, CCTC is 9 weeks long. It's brought into 3 different sections. You have operating systems, networking, and security. That right now currently, and this has changed per the warrant officer course, sometimes they'll have CCTC put into the front end of the course. Recently they've been putting it toward the back end because there's now a waiverable portion that if you already have or hold CCTC, you can actually graduate from the 170 Alpha Wobc course early, and that shaves 9 weeks off your time here in Fort Eisenhower. So real quick, shooting down these, it's going to be, so you need to understand Windows PowerShell, PowerShell profiles, your Linux basics, because you're going to be jumping through those as well. Understanding Windows registries, Windows alternate data streams, the Windows boot process, Linux boot process, Windows process validity, Windows UAC, Windows services, Linux process validity, Windows auditing and logging, Windows auditing and logging, Linux auditing and logging, memory analysis, and then Windows Active Directory enumeration. Now, each one of these build upon each other, as you can kind of maybe get a hint toward. So when it comes to the capture the flag training aspect of these, so you'll get multiple different questions when they release those at the end of every day, ranging from 1 point to 15 points. Some of the early bit points are kind of just knowledge base. It's all open book, open note, open web, no AI. You can predominantly find most of these solutions inside the field guides that they give us during class. If you don't, a little bit of Google dorking and kind of website maneuvering can kind of help you find these answers or solutions. Some portion of this you need regex to search and find or kind of pipe out specific, maybe like a numbers list where you're having to grab all the IP addresses or maybe everything that looks like a MAC address. Me not being a huge fan of regex, regex 101 was a huge tool, and I'll drop that as well inside this video for this chat. And then, yeah, being able just to know how to Google the question you're asking for if you can't find it somewhere inside of the systems that you're going into to find these, as well as the class notes for the day. There's some that's a little bit of tribal knowledge that maybe like just being in the field and understanding how Linux works or how Windows works or how PowerShell commands can differ from using the command line inside Linux. Obviously those things are all important. Sysinternals, huge benefit if you've messed around with it before. If not, 100% recommend. I'm actually going to drop another link as well inside this video for another video doing a great breakdown and explanation of how to use and what is sysinternals. And yeah, that is week 13. So week 14, which will be the week of Halloween, we'll have our OS test. Hopefully everyone's going to get that done so we can get into networking and start our tunneling. So everything's going good. Starting to get chilly here in Georgia, hitting the low 40s. Did a fun little October battalion run last Friday for a good 4.2 miles, so quite fun. And yeah, once again, as always, thanks for all the questions coming in and all my NCOs and similar warrants considering the path of coming to 170 Alpha. 100% cyber warfare technicians are the way to be. The amount of skills and technical aspects you're going to be getting out of this course and going through the CCTC process and the networking you get from your classmates is invaluable. So yeah, definitely keep commenting, subscribing. Stay tuned for next week's check-in, and I'll catch you guys all in the next video. Thanks.